It's Thursday and we welcome you to the show. This is the Daily Brief right here at K24 TV and my name is Samuel Njoroge.
And I'm Shiksha Arora, of course. Welcome to the show this morning, a brand new show where we will be giving you more details regarding what is happening where you are. We're linking up with our reporters as well. So all that and much more right here on the Daily Brief.
Absolutely. And remember, you too can be part and parcel of that conversation. All you need to do is to engage us online at K24 TV at Sam W. Njoroge and at Shiksha Arora. You can also find us on SMS 21222 is our SMS line. Let us know what is happening where you are during this first hour. And of course, kicking us off too will be the fact that Shiksha, in just a short while, we'll be walking to that touch screen to just bring us up to speed with what's trending internationally. And
remember, the hashtag is K24 Daily Brief. That's where you're going to find us. Tell us what is happening where you are. Of course, if you've got any stories for us that are trending, that have been creating a buzz on social media. So yes, get to us and tell us all that and much more. Now, for now, we will be taking you through the diary of the day right here on the Daily Brief as we begin the program with the first story being the Mau evictions. It's still taking center stage, and of course the evictions in the Mau continue today with hundreds of families abandoning their homes, with many claiming they do not know where they're going. The exercise continues to generate a lot of political debate, with a number of leaders, including Senate Majority Leader Kipchumba Murkomen yesterday, commenting on the same. More such talk is expected today, with Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei set to address the media this morning.
It will be interesting to see what comes forth from that particular presser, because a lot has been said about this story.
Definitely.
And the evictions continue. It's an initiative that the government has no plan going back and, you know, sort of rethinking their decision. This has to happen. So what will Samson Cherargei be telling the nation today? We shall be crossing over to that press briefing as and when it begins. Elsewhere is that the 2019 ASK Mombasa International Show enters its second day today. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to preside over the official opening of the show, whose theme this year is promoting innovation and technology in agriculture and trade. The event has attracted international exhibitors, including those from Ukraine, China, Uganda, Zanzibar, and Tanzania.
All right, and moving on to health matters, where the Cabinet Secretary for Health, Cecily Kariuki, will this morning officially open the 8th East Africa Healthcare Federation Conference at the Safari Park Hotel. Now, this event provides a forum for healthcare stakeholders, including government leaders, private corporations, and health advocates, to together champion for a healthier future.
That will be very important. A healthier future indeed. Elsewhere is that Third Way Alliance Party is today taking the Punguza Mizigo referendum bill to Marsabit County. Party leader Ekuru Okot will make a presentation to members of the Marsabit County Assembly. The party that was in Turkana on Tuesday this week is secured its first victory after the County Assembly of Wasingishu approved the bill.
And last but not least, today is also the International Day for Charity, as set out by the United Nations. The International Day of Charity was established with the objective of sensitizing and mobilizing people, NGOs and stakeholders all around the world to help others through volunteer and philanthropic activities. The date was chosen to commemorate the anniversary of the passing away of Mother Teresa in Calcutta, who received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 for her works of charity.
Actually, that particular story, Shiksha, takes me back to the year 1997, because that was the year when we lost Mother Teresa of Calcutta. It is still the same year we lost Princess Diana. Both were icons by their own right, especially when it comes to philanthropy and charity. And today is the International Day for Charity. A challenge to you and I is, what shall we be doing today to just commemorate this day? But for now, what's trending is exactly what Shiksha will be taking us through right about now.
All right, let's get right into it. We will be taking you through the top trends of the day, what you've been talking about for the past 24 hours. And of course, the first story being Sonko in tax query. Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko will today be questioned for officers by the Kenya Revenue Authority for failure to remit more than 4.5 billion shillings in taxes. Now, according to KRA, Nairobi and 6 other counties failed to remit 13 billion shillings. And these claims arise from, of course, after this has been happening. Well, right now we'll be taking you more details regarding what has been trending on social media. We will start off with the first tweet on the day. Remember, the hashtag is Arrest Sonko, and here we go. This is the first tweet where Sonko has been running away from EACC because he can't explain the tenders mess in City Hall. Let him come out clean. Now remember, this is with regard to him being probed by the EACC yesterday. That's another tweet that is at Waka_Enoch, who says, but how is it that Sonko is the only governor in Kenya with no DG, but the same office is running errands and money is being spent? All right, that is the second tweet of the day from somebody regarding the same hashtag that has been trending. Now we have got another one from at Njoroge Marvis, who says, we all have our shortcomings and the truth is that Sonko is bringing change, however small, to our city, Nairobi. Moving on, we've got yet another tweet from at Honorable Mosiria, who says, if service delivery and fixing health in Nairobi County is the reason why cartels want Sonko arrested, then do it to eliminate the entire population of Nairobi who enjoy the good work. And of course, he is in defense with regard to what has been happening. We've got another one from at Sly_Ntinyari, who says, we should let EACC do their job, but if he is found guilty, let the law fight for the people. Interesting. Moving on, and this of course is with regards to what's happening with the BBI. Now today, the BBI report obviously is being launched, and this is what somebody has to say regarding this report. That's at Bevelin Kwambo 3, who says, the question that has been boggling many of us is, what exactly led to President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga to suddenly make peace? There is another one here from at Richard Storn, who says, the initiative is being forced down our throats. If it is good, why compel us to have it? Moving on, we've got another tweet, and this is from at It's Mutai, who says, BBI has not established clear roles for the members or an organizational structure that can enable meeting its objectives. We've got another tweet that's from at Ndungu Wainaina, who says, all 9 issues are fully addressed by Constitution 2010, implemented fully. Referendum is political, self-serving and disastrous in country's adverse economic and financial situation. So yes, those are a few questions that are being asked regarding the BBI initiative and the report that is going to be launched today. We've got another one from at Miregua Thomas, who says, Kenya's need is a revolution, a guillotine, a French revolution kind of, to clear off all the greedy politicians and have Wanjiku taking her life to where it matters to her the most. Now, a question that has been asked is, what exactly does the common Wananchi benefit from the BBI initiative? And of course, that's the last one for the day, where somebody says, this is a serious issue and no one wins when blood is shed, whether old videos or not. Issue needs to be resolved. We Africans, including South Africans, need each other. Now, this is with regard to the hashtag xenophobia that has been trending on the global front. So yes, we're definitely going to be giving you more details right here on K24 Daily Brief. Keep hashtagging. The hashtag is K24 Daily Brief. Interact with us. And of course, we'll be bringing to you more details on what has been trending, Samuel.
That's true, Shiksha, and of course my attention is drawn to that or to those tweets that make reference to the BBI, or Building Bridges Initiative.
Right.
And it will be interesting to see what this particular team has to offer the nation. Remember, the Embrace team in Kilifi last week, as well as Gideon Moi, KANU party leader, has been at the forefront in the recent weeks, trying to tell the nation, wait for the BBI report, whose mandate is to come up with a report that they're supposed to table by October. But of course, they expressed some optimism that they could actually be ready with a report before then. So we keep monitoring the situation and the events related to this particular story, and we shall be in a position information to let you know what exactly will be coming forth from the BBI initiative. However, for now, the top story of the hour, the top story of the day, as of now, is all about Mau evictions. And we've had our reporter, Dan Kaburu, who has been camping at the Mau for the better part of this week, and now joins us live for an update on exactly what has been happening on the ground. Thank you so much for joining us, Dan Kaburu, coming to us live from Narok. What is happening where you are?
Thank you, Sam and Shiksha. Where we are in Narok town at the moment. But when we left the forest last evening, that is the Mau complex where people have been moving out of the forest since Sunday, many of them. What we can say is that during the night, we left there at around 9 p.m. There was not much activity. Very few people were still moving. But during the day, a lot of people left the forest yesterday. Many of them, their families, with everything they could carry, they left the forest and been living each and every day. We are still headed there to see what the situation is like today, because we understand leaders, local leaders have been talking much about it, and many are inciting them not to go, others calling them to move. But all the same, they have been voluntarily moving out of the forest because they don't want to be caught up in the whole issue when it comes to a point whereby the grace period given to them expires. So they've been living by themselves. No one has forced them so far to move. But what I can say is that in Njoroge, there is a lot of movement, especially the last 3 days. But of course, we expect that to continue because still there are many who are in the forest. And many of them yesterday, so we spoke to a few of them who said they are going to stay put until they see how things will turn up. We also spoke to one local councillor, MCA, who also said he has nowhere to go. He's going to sit there and wait until whatever takes place. He will fight from there. But over and above is that many have left, and more so young children and their mothers. We've seen men remaining behind. We've seen a lot of houses being people taking up or removing their roofs and anything they can carry from their homes to make sure they go to the next point. But what you can also say is that none of them we spoke to who has an idea where they are going. Many of them are saying they have no where they're going, but we cannot confirm that we came across any camp or any, maybe in a school or in a church compound they are living. Many of them they cannot explain to you where they are going to. But of course there are others who say they are moving to their relatives in other parts of Rift Valley. So that is how it is so far in Njoroge. But we are keeping an eye to try and see if there is any new development in that area.
This issue also, Dan, has attracted a lot of politics this far. I don't know how the political atmosphere is where you are right about now. Well, it appears there is. Dan, if you can hear me, how is the political atmosphere where you are, owing to the fact that this issue has, attracted a lot of politics this far?
There is so much tension, especially within the areas where people have been told to move. Actually, a small town called Sierra Leone, you find people camping there, sitting there, doing nothing, standing, and anytime they see a police vehicle pass through the town, they want to know what is exactly happening. Sorry. And politicians have been speaking so much about this, and I can say it is each and every day raising the tension of the people on the ground. But of course, many are fearing for their lives and they are leaving, and others are staying put. They don't want to understand. They don't care what happens, but they're saying they will stay on the ground until they are moved, either by force or whatever way they're going to be moved from the place. But there's so much political tension. The leaders there, many of them have been talking to them. Yesterday we had 2 MPs, one from Kuresoi and another one from Bomet County, who came and spoke to them, and they were telling them not to move. But they were told the police asked them to move out of the place, and of course they left. But now there's a lot of mixed reactions on the ground in Njoroge about the whole issue.
All right, so what can we expect from you, Dan, today in terms of coverage?
Okay, what you can expect in Njoroge is that will be, of course, yesterday we took time to visit a few schools and see what is happening. Today we'll be going deeper or interior of where we were yesterday to see if there's any student in school. Remember, the DP the other day promised that every child is entitled to education, but that is not happening in the Mau, where people are moving out of the forest. So we want to see whether there's any change, any difference today from what it was yesterday, and where are these people gone to. We'll also be talking to any person, any leader we maybe may come across on the ground, or elders, or whoever pass from the ground we may come across. We'll talk to them and know where these people have been going to. But that's the situation on the ground. We'll be making sure we've confirmed any other detail we may come across to keep our viewers informed in Njoroge.
Thank you so much, Dan Kaburu, currently in Narok, but he is the man who has been monitoring the situation on the ground as far as Mau evictions is concerned. So we'll keep liaising with him in the course of this show and during our subsequent bulletins for an update on exactly what will be happening on the ground. Another topical story of the week has been the Kibra by-elections, and of course we expect ODM this weekend to be conducting that exercise that is supposed to come up with whoever will be spearheading will be bearing the flag for ODM party. And we'd like to bring in our reporter Daniel Kariuki. He is in Kibra, and we'll be getting in touch with him in the course of the show to, of course, let us know what is happening in Kibra. Remember, yesterday we saw a bit of developments from Mombasa. Not Mombasa rather, but from Kibra in as far as Jubilee Party is concerned, where Maurice Kenyanjui launched an appeal against the picking of MacDonald Mariga to be the flag bearer of Jubilee for these Kibra by-elections. So right about now, let's bring in our reporter Daniel Kariuki. He joins us live from Kibra to just bring us up to speed with an update from that end. Thank you so much for joining us, Daniel. What is happening in Kibra, and as far as this by-election is concerned, upcoming by-election is concerned?
Right, Sam, right now, concerning the by-election, it's just the parties that are still organizing themselves. Remember, the by-election will be on November 7th. So each and every party is, of course, organizing to ensure that they have planned and organized themselves to the extent that they are going to capture this seat. Of course, the race is gaining momentum with popular parties having flag bearers who are going to be representing them in this by-election. Of course, the Jubilee Party, ODM Party, ANC Party, and yesterday we saw Ford Kenya join the race. Those are four main parties, and we understand that there are two candidates who are going to be vying this seat on an independent ticket. Now, Jubilee Party, already we have seen that there is a split because there is the two groups. The two running groups, that's the team Kieleweke and the team Tanga Tanga. Of course, it is evident that the team Kieleweke are not happy with the candidate that was actually given the mandate to represent Jubilee Party in this race, or rather to vie through the Jubilee Party. Of course, we've had Kutuny, the Member of Parliament, Cherengani, say that the nominations were not held in the right way, and it was not as the provisions of the Jubilee Party. Well, this Saturday, the ODM party will be having their nominations, but we understand that the party has been in meetings throughout the past few days, and also they'll be having a meeting today with the party's leadership, that's the National Election Board and the party's leadership, to see if they are going to have a consensus, they will reach a consensus to have someone who will represent them here. So, well, we are not dismissing that there will be nominations, but maybe they are going to take that route of having a boardroom, or rather, yes, a boardroom agreement to have a candidate, to select a candidate from the 11 that have already been or have applied to vie using the ODM party. And of course, the ODM is is the party that the late Ken Okoth used to vie in 2017, and so they'll be seeking to retain this seat. Well, the other parties have very strong candidate, if I would say that, because they believe that they are going to capture these, and it is going to be a hot battle of the titans, as they say. And Jubilee has MacDonald Mariga, ANC has Edwin Owalo, who was the Raila Odinga's presidential campaigner. So definitely you can see it's going to be a race. And of course, Ford Kenya yesterday unveiled their candidate Hamisi Butichi, and also they believe that they are going to have their share in this race, or rather they are going to capture the seat. So it's a race that is going to, of course, be a hot race, and we'll be here to cover it up. I'm going to be handing you back to Sam in studio, but later on I'll be speaking to the residents of Kibra so that they can just tell us a bit of the expectations and the kind of leader they are going to be electing, and if they are going to be focusing on the party, if they are going to re-elect the ODM candidate, or they are going to be seeking to have another leader, or rather another party take over the Kibra seat. Now, I take you back to Sam, but later on we'll be having the residents have their take.
Thank you so much, Daniel Kariuki, coming to us live from Kibra. He tells us that later during the show he will be engaging the residents of Kibra, who will be explaining or telling us what exactly they expect of the person who will be elected to represent them for the remainder of this electoral cycle. Remember, as Kariuki said, rightfully so, Jubilee Party's Maurice Kenyanjui is launching an appeal against the decision to have MacDonald Mariga be the flag bearer of Jubilee Party in as far as the Kibra by-elections is concerned. And of course, one of the grounds that he is using to launch this particular appeal is the case of Diana Kethi Kilonzo versus IEBC, where Diana was actually, blocked from vying for the Makueni by-election after the passing of Makueni Senator, that is Mutula Kilonzo Sr. And one of the explanations or grounds that were used to render this particular decision is that she was not a registered voter, at least not in Makueni, and whether or not she has been a resident of Makueni over time. So how will this particular story develop moving forward? We shall be keeping tabs with it, and we shall let you know of every activity that transpires in as far as this by-election that is coming up in November this year is concerned. However, for now,